Welcome to our channel Top 10ers, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss a video. As climates and circumstances change, species must either evolve or fall victim to any number of threats to their existence. Habitat loss, excessive hunting, and disease are all potential hazards faced by many animals in the world, both past and present. All of the rarest animals are critically endangered and in immediate need of conservation, or they will be lost to the world permanently. In this video, we will discuss the top 10 rarest animals in the world that still exist within the wild. Number 10. Giant squid. The giant squid remains largely a mystery to scientists, despite being the biggest invertebrate on Earth. The largest of these elusive giants ever found measured 59 feet in length and weighed nearly a ton. However, their inhospitable deep-sea habitat has made them uniquely difficult to study, and almost everything scientists know about them is from carcasses that have washed up on beaches or been hauled in by fishermen. Lately, however, the fortunes of scientists studying these elusive creatures have begun to turn. In 2004, researchers in Japan took the first images ever of a live giant squid, and in late 2006, scientists with Japan's National Science Museum caught and brought to the surface a live 24-foot female giant squid. Number 9. White deer. White deer are ordinary white-tailed deer with an extraordinary color. They are white or mostly white in color. The color is a genetic trait and is inherited, but is extremely rare. White deer that lack all color pigments are called true albinos. These animals are typically identified by their pink nose and eyes, the result of blood vessels showing through the skin and clear lens of the eyes. Light blue eyes can also indicate albinism from white deer, ghosts of the forest. Number 8. Psychedelic jelly. Of all the jellies that call the ocean's midnight zone home, the psychedelic jelly is one of the most stunning. Its wildly colorful appearance, ruby red, bright orange, and electric purple, first tipped off scientists that they had found a previously unknown species. But a closer look offered scientists another surprise. This species is one of a handful of jellies that bear live young. The female psychedelic jelly broods her babies on those crimson canals that radiate out inside her bell. Mom carries more than a single baby at once. Her babies can all be different sizes, indicating different stages of development. The developing young get their nutrition from mom. In their shelter beneath her bell, the little jellies grow bigger and bigger, even sprouting tentacles while still attached to their mother. When the juvenile jelly outgrows its shelter, it pulses free and swims off to live on its own. As the juvenile grows, its lavender color fades, developing the tangerine pigmentation typical of adults. Number 7. Three-toed sloths. The three-toed sloth emits a long, high-pitched call that echoes through the forest. Because of this cry, these sloths are sometimes called eyes. Three-toed sloths also have an advantage that few other mammals possess. They have extra neck vertebrae that allows them to turn their heads 270 degrees. Sloths are identified by the number of long, prominent claws that they have on each front foot. There are both two-toed and three-toed sloths. Sloths mate and give birth while hanging in the trees. Three-toed sloth babies are often seen clinging to their mothers. They travel by hanging onto them for the first 9 months of their lives. Number 6. Vaquita. Vaquita, the world's rarest marine mammal, is on the edge of extinction. The plight of cetaceans, whales, dolphins, and porpoises as a whole is exemplified by the rapid decline of the vaquita in Mexico, with about 10 individuals remaining. This little porpoise wasn't discovered until 1958. And a little over half a century later, we are on the brink of losing them forever. They are often caught and drowned in gill nets used by illegal fishing operations in marine protected areas within Mexico's Gulf of California. The population has dropped drastically in the last few years. Number 5. Giant phantom jelly. This ghostly giant is a rare sight. Out of the darkness of the ocean's midnight zone, the bell of this deep-sea denizen is more than 1 meter across and trails 4 ribbon-like oral arms that can grow to more than 10 meters in length. The first specimen of the giant phantom jelly was collected in 1899. but it was not until 60 years later that scientists recognized this as a new species. Even now, scientists still know very little about this animal. The wide open waters of the Midnight Zone offer little shelter. So many creatures find refuge in the gelatinous animals that are abundant in this environment. Number 4. Kakapo. The kakapo is a nocturnal, flightless parrot, and its strangeness doesn't end there. It's critically endangered and one of New Zealand's unique treasures. They face major challenges due to kakapo infertility and inbreeding. Nevertheless, they've had some triumphant successes using innovative techniques to grow the population. The history of kakapo is a story of drama, despair, and hope. Before humans arrived, kakapo were abundant throughout New Zealand. Population numbers dropped swiftly due to hunting, introduced predators, and land clearance. Conservation efforts began in 1894, but by the mid-1900s, kakapo teetered on the edge of extinction. Number 3. Narwhal. The narwhal is the unicorn of the sea, a pale-colored porpoise found in Arctic coastal waters and rivers. These legendary animals have 2 teeth. In males, the more prominent tooth grows into a sword-like, spiral tusk up to 10 feet long. The ivory tusk tooth grows right through the narwhal's upper lip. Scientists are not certain of the tusk's purpose, but some believe it is prominent in mating rituals, perhaps used to impress females or to battle rival suitors. Females sometimes grow a small tusk of their own, but it does not become as prominent as the males. Sometimes these creatures become trapped by shifting pack ice and fall victim to Inuit hunters, polar bears, or walruses. Number 2. Barrel-eyes. Barrel-eye fish, also known as spookfish, are one of those deep-sea species that looks otherworldly. They've got transparent heads that reveal their eyes, brains, and other organs, making them a fascination of ocean scientists for generations. Before we had remotely operated vehicles and other equipment that could observe deep-sea life, we barely knew anything about barrel-eyes beyond their unique appearance. Barrel-eyes have obvious physical adaptations, but their use in helping them survive is still somewhat of a mystery. They get their name from their unusual eyes, which point upward at a 90-degree angle and are large, bright green, and tube-shaped. Number 1. Sumatran rhinos. Sumatran rhinos are the smallest of the living rhinoceroses and the only Asian rhino with 2 horns. They are covered with long hair and are more closely related to the extinct woolly rhinos than any of the other rhino species alive today. Calves are born with a dense covering that turns reddish-brown in young adults and becomes sparse, bristly, and almost black in older animals. Sumatran rhinos compete with the Javan rhino for the unenviable title of most threatened rhino species. While surviving in possibly greater numbers than the Javan rhino, Sumatran rhinos are more threatened due to habitat loss and fragmentation. The remaining animals survive in small, fragmented, non-viable populations and with limited possibilities to find each other to breed. Its population decline continues. Just 2 captive females have reproduced in the last 15 years. Don't forget to like the video and let us know what you think of the video in the comments section down below. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.